Alright, let's play mode. This one is Slay the Princess. I heard this was good. A lot of people were playing this. So yeah, why not? It's choose your own adventure. Those are cool. Everyone likes choose your own adventures. Probably. If everyone on Earth died except for me, then everyone would love choose your own adventures. Alright, new game. Chapter 1, the hero and the princess. I'm gonna turn this up a little.
You're on a path.
I need to turn this up one more.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Oh, look.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Look, the bushes and the trees are on different layers. Alright. The end of the world? What are you talking about? I'm not gonna read all these. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution.
That's the spirit.
Yeah! Let's go! Let's do this!
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Alright.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
A whim, am I right?
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
No, I'm up for murder.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. What a beautiful house. Why is everything on my
desk
desk
creaking? The
creaking?
cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Gimme, gimme, gimme.
You take the blade.
Let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive
Ew, buddy,
place.
got stopped creaking.
The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
You right. You
Her
so right.
voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It's me.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Yeah, I get it. Hi!
Don't be a stranger.
Hi!
It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Oh, already.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
What happened to the other one?
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Maybe she will get. Oh, yeah, shut up, hero.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You got it. No. You got me.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
I would, but unfortunately for you, I happen to be wearing a glove covered in glue, and I can't let go. Oops, must have looked that over. A little oversight from me.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare.
Yeah, don't you dare, you little coward.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Man, this guy's a loser, am I right?
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me?
No, it's just
Because
cold.
you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
I'm so cool.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Yeah, but I'm like quick like the Flash. I got my shoes of moving at 600 kilometers per second on. I invented them out of cold matter. It's a new type of matter we found. It's cold.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Yeah, I'm with you all the way.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Good. Didn't want to talk to you either.
You stare at the princess, squinting.
That's me squinting.
She squints back.
That's a funny enemy.
The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
You squint even harder.
Oh, you don't know how far I'll go with squinting. I'll squint so hard my eyelids actually go to a full 360 around my eye.
So does she.
At least nobody's dying right now.
You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever.
I think I can.
Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
No, we're having a staring contest. Oh man, I want to squint more.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
I got a weird arm.
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
That's a good left hook.
Holy shit, that hurt!
Yeah. Nice observation.
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
But I think I'm stronger than
We can still turn this around. You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here, either.
Alright.
Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a
think this
miracle
narrative
anyone
is
is still
canon.
standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh, take that, bitch. You just got schooled by this guy.
Oh.
The School of Knives.
The two of you fall to the floor.
Oh, thought you could beat me? I'm the outbeaterer.
This was fun.
I don't know if I described it the same.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
Yes.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
What? I don't like this ending. I don't want to die. Wait, what? Chapter 2.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path
This sounds familiar.
is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Have I been here before?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I've been told. Wait, hasn't already happened?
Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
No. No, actually, we haven't.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Okay, so I and him haven't been erased, but the narrator has.
That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us.
No.
The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
Who's the stubborn? Okay. I think I'm just gonna go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying
Yeah, I
her.
learned that last time.
Don't believe a word she
I
says.
died. It's hard to forget that.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
What if she did like the whole sand in the ice thing? That'd be cheating in a fight. You're not allowed to do that.
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Uh-huh.
Crystal, let's just get on with it already.
This is a pretty game. It reminds me of
The cabin is
What?
tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you
Didn't look like
towards your
this last time.
destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay, I was gonna say this reminds me of Garrett's Tale of Bad Dream, but this is a new location. It has a quite beautiful mirror.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I don't look at the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall.
I don't see
There
me.
isn't much to see here.
This isn't a wall, this is a mirror.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago,
Wait a minute, why?
and now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
That's weird. I hope I have water. I think this is going to be an edited episode. I'm going to get water. Alright. So the mirror's gone.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Out of the basement. I feel like I'm going to be really clicky on the recording. I don't know.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This is a different one.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Yeah, I can tell.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
Wow, thanks. Very
As much
constructive.
as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits
It's the
about
voice
you.
like the guy from last
Remember,
time, me
you're
from
here to
last
slay
time.
the
That's what I was
princess,
doing. I
not
was
to
being
have a
pretty
good
stubborn
fight.
last time. So if I was to be like diplomatic last time, would I have a different voice here? That'd be cool.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into
This
view.
is a different one.
A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Other one's broken again though.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
So she
And
also
you brought
remembers.
your little knife, too. Yes.
Pew, 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 pew.
I'm
Got
going to
ya.
have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Well, now that's awfully mean. I think we should put this behind both of us for the good of both of us. Yeah, I think we should probably talk about how we're still alive.
What is there
instead.
to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done.
Okay, well, fair.
Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
No, darn.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Greg, I don't know how to say that.
Fine. I believe you. What? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. You've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. That's all the more reason to take this seriously.
Why couldn't you have given me a gun?
You don't know. Whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember.
I wonder where that is.
Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe.
Poor
the second we
narrator.
die.
He's having a little bit of a crisis here. Just because it bothers you, I'm going to take this even less seriously. You don't know the depths of my apathy.
You're joking, right? I'm just going to pretend that you're joking. Yeah, you better be joking. We can't win unless you take this seriously.
Fine. Yeah, bring this up.
You look exactly the same.
Well, that's good to know. Ooh. I don't know what happened to you since last time, but I am not fighting a giant demon lady. Bye! Yeah, I think that's fair. This seems like the most fair thing in this situation.
Oh, you've got another thing coming if you think you can just turn around and leave.
As you step towards the stairs, you hear the heavy creak of straining metal. And then
Oh,
a
no.
snap. She's loose. You have to make a decision, and you have to make it fast.
This isn't good. Dodges punch, then counter punch.
As the princess barrels towards you, you do your best to maneuver between the tight walls of the basement.
Actually looked a little spacious.
You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last. This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her.
You want me to overpower that? She's like 7 foot.
She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
Hey, that was outlawed.
The princess's arm shoots forward,
That was a loud
her
sound.
palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull, and the sickening churn of what was your
that's
grey
a funny
matter.
distortion. Oh, did I press save? There we go.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Alright, chapter 3.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there. Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died
This guy
because
now.
you didn't have enough of it. So what? You'd have us cower in a corner? No,
It was funny.
not. That place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone.
No, I like his
Yourself
idea.
included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning?
I don't think he is.
Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met.
Alright, sure, yeah.
Then what is going on?
Well, we're probably being transported, but the narrator isn't. These are all just different universes with different narrators.
What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here, and if you'd already seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you. Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that.
This is good music.
There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for violence here. Are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet. Violence is the
This is
answer
really good
here,
writing.
but the method is equally important to the act. You can't let her leave the cabin. It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct. Nothing else to say.
Yeah, I agree with this guy. I'm done with this. Bye. Yeah, let's just go to cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament.
This is all wacky mode.
No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind. I don't know, screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us.
The hunted guy's the most agreeable so far. Oh, that stinger.
The interior of the
Is that
cabin is
programmed in? Oh, it's
suffocatingly
good
tight.
timing.
More of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice
The
but to
mirror
press
is still
forward.
there though.
The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Another iron altar, okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. See? We have even less space than before. We need
sorry.
space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there. Take it.
So the mirror is supposed to be like symbolic on us, like reflecting on our choices.
You
Don't
take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any.
Okay. Well, the way I'm seeing it, right? The reason the narrator doesn't see a mirror is because he doesn't make any choices. I see the mirror, and I see it shining in there, because I've been making all the choices. The hero says it's covered in grime because while he's making choices, it's only through me which he's making choices. So, I mean, the choices are there, but they're not his. So he can see the mirror, he can see what he's done, but they're not his choices, so he doesn't actually see anything in the mirror.
Maybe it'll go away again. For something to go away, it would have to be there to begin with. And let me assure you, there's no mirror here. The only thing at the end of the room is the door to the basement. No use arguing. Mirror or not, we need to be there. The why we pick doesn't matter. I agree with the freak. Let's get a move on already. The worst comes to worst, we can smash it.
It's so mean.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You're rather committed to the bit, aren't you? The door's right there.
This really is just
Oh
like
shit, I
last
skipped
time.
it. Let's try and move it out of the way.
It smells of nothing, yet it's still there.
What does that mean? I'm gonna smash it. I don't want to think that would
You
have
bring
done.
your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead.
Okay, so it just kind of disappears.
Why am I not surprised? It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require
What's my angle
careful
here?
effort.
This is going down. Oh. I'm still not sure.
The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Yeah, you said
Her
that.
voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show.
bitch.
I know you can do better than that.
Goad her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
Yeah, good point.
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
Those chains
Never
were
said
nothing
hide
to her
it.
last time.
Wow, that's a useless feature.
And there'll be nothing to her this time. But we need to show ourselves first to make her boil over. Fine by me. You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult
Oh, I
journey,
see, okay.
gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember, every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel.
Oh, you are chained
The
up.
princess,
It barely looks it.
imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness.
You want me to fight that? You want me to fight that? That's what I'm fighting. That. With a knife. With not even a knife, a dagger. You want me to fight that. Why, fucking blind or something?
Her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling. Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
You're so mean.
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run.
I'm gonna go with your plan.
I really don't like the sound of this.
Yeah, well, I don't really like the sound of your voice. Boom! We just got destroyed by this guy.
It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're going to do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
princess scoffs.
Oh!
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you?
Oh, that's why they call me Mr. Trickster. Right, no one calls me that.
You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap.
Your thing's a little loose.
Run. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge
That's
towards the tunnel
terrifying.
entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back.
Why would I
The
do that?
princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rapid pursuit.
Don't really seem good on that.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
I'll chase you to the ends of the earth.
Good.
That's what it takes to deliver you worms.
You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same?
That's a good point. I mean... Well, you know what they say, the end is never the
Little
end.
bird,
It's never
little
the end. It's
bird.
never the end.
Where do you think you're going?
Why am I a bird?
We're almost. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there. And we'll take the fight with us. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me. Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head.
So is this like it? Just all of her existence is here then? If you have nothing else to think about.
Do it. Be swift, strike true, be where she's not, let your body move you.
You fall. I'm just gonna go slay.
You leap from the grass and bound towards the princess, keeping low.
Bound. That's a good word.
Charging me head on. Brave and foolish.
Oh yeah, what if I use my swift serpentine to outrun you? Oh, I kinda mean to save. Oh, we're doing it anyways though.
Her body braces for impact, anticipating the clash.
Well, shit.
That's where you're both wrong. Left, now. As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly.
Oh, didn't see that coming. Biatch.
Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh.
That's a cool tail. The spikes.
It's nothing. A scratch.
It's just flesh wound.
Yes, it could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned. We're actually going to pull this off, aren't we?
You know it, buddy.
You just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
Okay, don't work yourself up too much there, pal.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other again and again. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's slowing down, blood pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady. More! Keep going! We can't stop! Now! You spy an opening. But this time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground. Nothing! These blows are nothing to us!
I don't know. Looks pretty bad.
But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you.
You just got schooled in the school of knives by this guy.
She gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you?
I told you I'm the outplayer. I said something like that.
Something feels wrong. Something.
And? Then what happens?
Yeah. Huh? That's not supposed to happen. That is not normal. A wide open field, lure an enemy to advantages and terrain with wind. Sorry, an advantageous terrain only. But you do not have the chance to respond. Something was taken away, and it stuck something else in her place. That fucking mirror.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Yeah, narrator's gone.
It is. Does that mean the world ended?
Oh shit, that's good. That's a good point. Is that the thing we're supposed to prevent?
It hasn't ended. We're still here.
Okay, but the Earth is gone, so in a way it seems to have ended.
The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going. I'm begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
Oh, so this is final permutation.
That thing reeks of death.
It's just a mirror.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
I think she's dead.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
You've mentioned.
That thing reeks of death.
You've mentioned.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
You've mentioned. The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you, the body. It's you. That was me reading the achievement there. I don't think they show up on the video. You're alone in a place that You're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to what cabin? Wow. I don't think I am. That looks like a bunch of hands. And the princess covered in bandages.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What? What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Okay, you know damn well it doesn't enter my question, you little fuck. I'm not a person. I'm a bird, so, what do you think I am?
I think that you are like me.
So it's just a game.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
That's gonna be my hypothesis, hypothesis that this is the, this hand creature is the game itself.
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Okay, maybe not then.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Okay. Just some rusty lake, yes, esoteric levels. Okay, I don't know why I'd say this. I don't think the narrator sent me to slay a princess. It's just the end of the world.
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Okay, well, there is no world here. It's just black. So, I didn't say the end of the universe. The universe still exists. We look to be in space right now, though. Why would I destroy my body? I'm not stupid. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me.
But yes.
I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
I don't feel sad. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Only if you believe her to be able to. Wow, this is cryptic.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole.
Oh.
And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
So I gotta get all the ways this can play out. That's interesting. Yeah, this is a concern.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape,
In a way.
to remold.
That's a nice way of looking at it. Now let it be. Alrighty dandy, duty Wendy, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Who asks? The princess? Oh, okay.
You won't.
Oh, I die. A tunneling vessel. Bring the eyes of the needle to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that
The
path
real Slay the
is a
Princess
cabin.
starts here. You'll know when
And
you
in
see
the
it.
basement of that cabin
Okay.
is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Here we are. Or oh, okay. I'll just click through it. Alright, let's go to the diplomatic approach. Have you considered maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Yeah, we've done
Of
we've
course I
got a good
haven't.
run.
Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
I just told you I'm okay with it. That's one buddy who wants the world to end.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Yeah. I'm not
Are
doing
you
this.
serious? No, you have to do it.
I'm just gonna piss this guy off this time.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
I don't think killing anyone's
If
good.
anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Okay, well now you're just assuming that she's corrupt. We don't know that.
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Huh. Should we get a reward
Yes,
at least?
but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Oh my god. I want it now. Can we do this the opposite way? I get it first and I slay her? Now, I want my prize.
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Well, my wildest imagination right now is one helicopter, so I'm gonna imagine it's like 2 attack helicopters. Think about how cool that'd be? I could have like one arm in one, the other arm in one. I'd have 2 feet on them, like that guy with the trucks, and I'd be like flying the planes, both of them at once, and then I might accidentally like drift them far apart and be like, oh no, and then I'd be torn apart by the sheer force and die. That'd be like the most badass death in history. Yeah, alright, maybe I'll do it.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed.
This world ending that bad.
So sure, go talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
I think we're being a little sarcastic.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your...
I'll take it.
You take the blade from the table.
Pew, pew. I got a knife in my hand now. Knife cursor.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing her voice.
Who's there?
This guy.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Ah.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
What are you, Santa
Great
Claus?
job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the
I probably
princess.
should calibrate the camera.
There's a
first.
heavy chain around her wrist, binding her
I
to the
should
far
probably
wall
do this
of
thing
the
and just
basement.
like this up from my face. That'd be weird. Oh, this is locking on me. That's probably right.
She's so coldly beautiful.
I could check.
Is she really a threat to the
I'll
world?
tab out of this game.
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Who would joke about that? Yeah, that's what I just said.
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare.
Oh, if the narrator doesn't
It's
want
fine.
me to, I guess
We can
I will.
decide what we want to do after we talk to her. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious...
Hey, I thought that clang was quite ceremonious. It was a pretty cool clang. If I had to rank it on the top 10 list of clangs, it would go about the, say, 4 to 6 point on the list, because it was quite a good clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment,
Oh,
you
this
step
is pretty.
forward to speak with the princess face to face.
Got big eyes.
Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Didn't she hear you?
So here we are. What an
Here we
awkward
are.
start to a relationship.
Are you going on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Okay, fair. Okay. Weird because you're supposed to
Don't
end the
just
world.
tell her that.
He's getting so mad.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
That is the most untrustworthy expression.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I'm gonna put the finger in your ear. I'm gonna poke you in the eye. I'm gonna pick your nose.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
Well, here's my best interest. Fuck you.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Ready. Roger Dodger. See
You
what I
walk up
can
to the
do.
chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
What kind of a tug?
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Unless I use some sort of space laser to break them apart, and I called it my space laser I had this whole time. That's how I forget this is gonna go.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Is there a lock on this?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't any, do you have any ideas in that gigantic little head of yours?
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
That's a good idea.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding
Is that you
into
doing
place.
that, Mr. Narrator?
Is someone else here?
Well, there we go.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom?
Yeah, easier for me, easier for you. I don't know if I should trust you, buddy. You got me killed last time by the hand monster.
Easier for
Why
everyone.
are the chains wiggling?
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Fine.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Would I not like it, or would you not like it is the question. Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above
That's
the
what you meant.
massive,
I thought you meant cut the
unyielding
chain.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it.
Yep,
The
just
forearm
flat
ribs
out
to
like
crack
that.
through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Maybe she watched 28 hours or whatever that film is.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape
Yeah,
into
this is
the
all
world.
about I. There's no I in TI work, is there?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Well, I didn't do that.
This isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Slay the princess, 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 slay the princess. Warner.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
No, you're trying to get me out of here alive. Maybe you're the liar, wire guyer.
The blade. Move the blade.
Move the blade? That sounds a lot less interesting of a game title.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Yeah, quite obviously.
I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
What does that mean? Ow.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
You jerk.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
This is the end, isn't it?
That was quite mean. You gotta be more nice to people in life, because that was a mean move you did there.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Oh, you sound all mad. Chapter 2, The Prisoner. Was it the same the last time?
You're on a path in the wood. You're here to...
In a terrible sense of deja vu.
Terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around.
Skeptic.
I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Yeah, it seems kind of like your fault, Mr. Narrator, that I died. Well, it's kind of your fault. I mean, she did kill me, but it was your fault that she killed me.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
You're right.
You know I can hear you two, right? And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at
That's
large?
even to happen to the world
I
last
told
time,
you about the
just me.
stakes of this situation less than a minute ago. A warning. Before you go any further, she will lie. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to.
Wink.
Did you just say wink? No, I didn't. Wink.
Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Oh, I like this clown.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Is that the same door as well? I don't know.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor,
Okay, check after.
a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I am recording, right? Oh yeah, I am. I'm gonna look at the mirror first.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about?
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how
There is
ridiculous
actually
you
got
look
that.
right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Yeah.
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slime. Her voice,
heard this.
harsh but...
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I think that's different.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains
quite
binding both
overkill.
her wrists to the
She
far
looks
wall,
done a bit too.
joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Yeah, wait, that's a good idea. I mean, yeah, good point.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Oh, don't be so pessimistic. Alright, let's go sit down.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding
Oh,
up
that's
one
not what it is.
shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Boop.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
You seem like older. Yeah, I want to know about the chain.
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
I don't think so.
Maybe it'll fit.
No, it looks a lot bigger.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the
What does
world.
ambulatory mean? Am I the only one who remembers that bit here?
Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even.
So does he know too?
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you
Yeah,
met.
right, so he knows.
I
So
didn't want to be
contingency.
confronted by the
It's
alternative.
fulfilling, but we get it when we win too, so contingency is a little broken.
That's pathetic.
Or maybe our world just dies every time anyways.
I never said I wasn't.
Yeah, you are pathetic, you little loser. You little Elzer.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
Okay, so, I think my theory from earlier wasn't right. So he just doesn't remember.
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Wink.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swing into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I don't. That seems a bit mean. I want to have all the information.
I won't.
Yeah, me neither. I'm with this guy.
Fine. But you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
He's a good voice actor. He's voicing all these guys. He's very good at switching.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Yes.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
Maybe either way.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
Oh yeah, what if I were to just poke this knife in your ear, or in your eye, or in your nose?
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
I'm gonna look at the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh, but you're not me. I'm me, and you're you, and I'm the inspectigator. That's because I inspect things.
And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
I don't know.
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
It doesn't look large enough for my wrist. That thing's like this big. I could just pull my hand out.
I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
Yeah.
What if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am.
Let's inspect the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
Oh no.
Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Yeah, tell me.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands,
It's
snapping
neck one.
around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Oh shit.
Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Prisoner of the mind.
Yes.
Come your own jailer. Achievement.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Well, she didn't transform like last time when I killed her. No, I forgot to note that.
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
Wait, why didn't you starve?
That's horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information. Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch. No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Did you know this?
No.
No. No. No. No. No. Fucking shell. Now we're both stuck here.
Yep.
Wow, mighty terse, eh?
Nope.
That's rude.
What should we do? Dot, 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 ellipses.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe.
Good point.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
Wow, Or am I pessimistic? Maybe the ceiling will cave in and kill her. You don't know that.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
Then nothing bad seems to be happening.
How exactly does that work?
Yeah.
It just does.
Ooh, you're really jumping around this, Mr. Narrator. Something you don't want me to know.
But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again.
Try to hurry it up, eh?
Let me guess. The cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work. I suppose you're correct. Things are changing.
Darker.
The differences are small at first. A bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger.
I told you it'd be eroding.
And larger.
I don't like small talk, remember?
I don't think this is small. This is a pretty big detail.
Still rude.
Yeah, well, instead of getting more...
You continue to wait in
violent,
silence, and the
just
cabin
getting
continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
Lichen.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode. She hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't.
Oh, okay.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves
Fucking
through the increasingly
skip button,
porous
Stanley
walls of the
Parable.
basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass,
Root,
and pass,
dirt,
and
root.
pass. Until suddenly, there are no walls.
Convenient.
And
And...
I think he's gone.
Oh, good. He died of old age.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
That's cool.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Well, I mean, it's nighttime. Nope, there's the hands. Alright, it's another chapter. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Oh, there's that mirror.
Alright. Yeah,
It feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end
I'm
of
saying for
everything.
you.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
The fear guy. What's that last one? Was fear guy scared? I don't remember. I'll see you on the other side.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. Feels too good to be true.
Approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. It's a bloat. You've grown. Okay, I've grown. Did I grow? I think I can see a little more of me, but I don't see it really growing. Unless at all it's supposed to be my body back there, not just like background. In which case, wow, that's big. Find yourself in a long quiet once again. See, it's the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Got the shackle now.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Yeah, how have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Okay. Can you give me a straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
I can't really argue with that.
The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Huh? Oh, thank you, and why? Do you have any thoughts?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will
I
make
did
for
my
a clever
fucking
heart.
best.
Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Alright. What do you want me to do next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Sometimes they are. Have you ever heard of Santa Claus?
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every
What if I
perspective
do the same thing
illuminates my
twice?
shadows and shares new secrets. My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Okay. Well, one last tease I'm interested. Do you know what you'll do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was.
Okay. Well,
I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
now what are you, Google? Okay. Ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
Okay.
We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and I die. Shit. A guarded vessel. Bring the prisoner to her. Just gotta be a lot of things in here.
You're on a path in
Well, I think I'm gonna end this one here. This has been Kufka with Slay the Princess. Bye bye. Which one's after?